Hello, Think Natalia community. Today, I want to introduce you to another incredible human being who entered my life a few months ago. Her name is Dr. Daria. She is a source, a force of positive energy, creativity, and looking at things from a very creative way. So thank you for being here today.
Thanks a lot for inviting me. I'm really glad about this. Yes.
Cool. So for those people who see you for the first time, what is it that you actually do? Because I think it's super interesting.
Yes, what I do is, in short, I produce scientific illustrations. Mm-hmm. So I'm a scientist. I've done my PhD in plant physiology. And then I decided that I would like to leave the academic system and start my own company. Mm-hmm. And this is what I'm doing now since almost like 3 years. And I basically draw science. Scientists or people interested in science, they come to me and either they want to have their product illustrated or their scientific hypothesis drawn in a nice way. And then I do that for them. I make science pretty, basically.
I like it. You make it pretty and you make it visually pleasing and understandable. And yeah, you guide the reader or you guide the people who actually go through the material. Absolutely love that. Is that something you've always done, or is that something that you've learned? Is it something that came to you? Is it something that you discovered one day? Or is it like since you're a kid, you just love the pen?
Basically, I always liked to draw and to paint since I was tiny, and I always was interested in art, but also in science and nature in general. And then when I finished high school, I was like, okay, what do I want to do? I will not be, I'm hell no, I'm not going to draw digitally on a computer. I don't like computers, never. And who makes a living from being an artist like this, you know? So I went into studying biology. But then in my, a little bit throughout my studies, I realized, I could draw, these scientific things. And in my PhD, I realized, actually, this is super freaking needed. It's like barely anybody knows how to visually, pleasantly show science. And I then realized, okay, I can actually couple it. I can do not art or science, art and science. I can couple it. So that's that was perfect.
Amazing. It's a little bit like my edutainment concept, right? Why A or B if you can have A and B? So yeah, when we had our initial conversation, I was like, oh my God, I love her. I just so want her in my life. Please, universe, make her a client because she's just freaking amazing. And it worked out. So super happy about that. And tell us a little bit more. Why did you initially reach out to me or to us? What is the challenge?
Okay, there were several actually. At that time when I reached out to you, I think I was 2.5 years into my company. And I have tried several things, and it was going okay. But one of the biggest challenges for me was social media, because I'm not a social media person. I was trying different things, and I was at the point like, damn it, I can't handle it. I would just outsource it. I just don't know how to manage to do it. But I found out that Twitter and LinkedIn worked best for me. And then I thought, okay, I'm not so easy to give up on things. So I thought, okay, I should give it another try and also challenge my, inability to prioritize. So I thought, okay, Daria, which one you want to prioritize? Let's go for LinkedIn, because you also want to get more customers from like the company, like corporate world, because most of the time it was academics from universities that came to me. And then I saw you on LinkedIn, and to me, LinkedIn was like, okay, how do I show myself there? This corporate world, all these people,
it's so professional, it's so stiff.
Yes, stiff and serious and like suits all the time and gray and everything, I don't know how to connect to those people, and then I saw you, I was like, damn, it's like everything that I thought LinkedIn it's actually not seeing you. So I thought like, okay, maybe this person can actually help me with all the challenges that I had. And I also thought it was very funny because we have a lot of like there are certain synchronicities that come up in my life, and all the time. And then it was like, okay, let's see this blonde lady. She's, has a Polish background. She grew up in Germany. Damn it. She did a PhD as well. So she has gone through the academic system. She lives abroad since years. Like, the heck, that's not the coincidence.
Same, everywhere.
Exactly. So then I just thought like, okay, I have to give it a shot. And then I just contacted you, and I didn't think much about it, And then when we talked, I was like, oh, okay, that's it. Daria, you decided to do it.
Love it. And what was your first milestone once we started working together? Something that was either a big aha moment, like, damn, this is how it works, or something that you've achieved where you felt successful for the first time?
There were plenty of things.
We have time. We have time.
all the milestones. It was like one. So for me, I'm super happy and grateful for tiny things, when they happen. I always have been. So it's very hard for me to pick one, because there were several milestones, and one of them was, for example, I post my first scientific illustration, and huge freaking boom of people like seeing, reacting to it, commenting it. I got tons of views, and suddenly people sending me connection requests. I was like, holy moly, they really want to see this complex science here on LinkedIn. They actually like it. And this is still like after 6 months, posting this science, I am surprised how much people want to see this complex shits, This was like a big thing for me. And then suddenly people want to connect, and then you get a connection that refers you, and then it's like exploding, and you get in contact with so many cool people, and on a really easy going way, and they are like, genuine, and like I didn't expect this from LinkedIn. I thought that there's a lot of ease around conversations and interactions, and that I really liked. And then also videos. This is how I would, what I just said, this is how I would talk about it before I started it, because I would then use my illustrations to hide behind them, to not show myself, because like, a bit shy.
Yeah, it's okay. Hide behind the brand.
Yes. But it's not like this. What you said, people make business with people. If I don't show myself, people won't know if I'm a shitty person that they maybe wouldn't like to work with. So I decided to start posting pictures sometimes, and then I started with videos, and that was actually like, holy moly, people really react to this really well. And after 2 weeks posting every day, I felt like, okay, it's actually enjoyable. I like it. I get like good feedback, and people really, that was super surprising to me. And the last one, that was a milestone maybe. But that came like bit by bit. I always like to read and to write, and all kinds of things, be it prose or like poems, whatever, all things. But during my PhD, I lost this, like the joy for writing scientific papers and reports and, reading complex stuff. That kind of took it away. And then when I started to use social media, throughout the program, and post and find my way of expressing myself, that really brought back the joy for writing for me. And then seeing that people actually enjoy it, that was awesome. So like a lot of little pieces like fell together that made like a lot of milestones, and then one big milestones, and generally being like having tackled freaking social media, man.
Awesome. I love it. It's incredible. Yeah, because thinking or looking at where you came from with the, let's say, what would it be? The perspective or the way how you saw the world of social media, and the way how you see it and use it now to build an online community of people who adore you, of people who want to work with you, of people who cheer for you, and individuals who start beautiful conversations, who are interested in you as a human being. As you said, I find that incredible, and this is what makes me happy, because I do believe that LinkedIn is a platform that we use to build a brand and to do business and to network and to learn about trends and to learn something new and rah. And I think what we've really forgotten in the whole process of doing business is building genuine relationships with other human beings. And you understood that, and you allowed yourself that in a way that, how would I put that the process is easy. And basically that's what you got, which is fantastic. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said, but it's also seeing you being like this, how you are, who you are, and showing that you live all of this as well, what you just said, and then it's like easy to say, okay, it actually works, maybe you should try, Daria, and it's not it's worth to give it a go at it. It's
exactly.
I wouldn't have imagined this actually at all.
And you were fearless in the sense, or courageous, because you experimented. You said, oh, I don't want to do this, or this doesn't sit well with me, or I just feel stuck, but this needs to get out of my system. And I don't know if you actually understood if that's a question. So what is incredible with you, or working with you, is that you express your stuckness, or where you don't move forward. And I was just able to ask 1 or 2 questions, which then opened a whole new world of possibilities and ideas. And then you would run again, or fly like a rocket to the next level, until there was another, maybe a small hut, like a small area where you wouldn't grow. It's like, I'm stuck here, I'm confused here, I don't want to do this, or blah, 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 blah. And then again, I just asked a handful of questions, and you're like, aha, that's how I can look at it. And so I just so enjoyed working with you. It's really true. It's like, she's one of my favorite clients.
Yes. But it was actually, you described it really well, because when I tried to express like issues and problems that I have, I always feel like I don't get the essence to what my freaking problem is. I try to, like, then my scientific mind, jumps in and tries to explain things with the proper words and stuff, but you go with it as well, with a lot of intuition and feeling into it, and trying to, like, get the between the freaking lines. And then it's just like, the
rest is then a walk in the park. Nice. Alrighty. So we talked about videos, we talked about content, we talked about relationships. All of these relationships, did they also end up, for example, in collaborations or partnerships? Is there anything on, let's say, in this bubble or this area worth sharing?
Yes, a lot, actually, a lot of leads, what you call it in the industry, a lot of people that approach me for all kinds of projects. Illustrations, and also actually animations, because I got a collaboration with an animator, so we got some interesting things, like leads coming from there as well. But overall, just I got several customers, and it's not always, the funny thing, it's not always those that are super active. For example, they constantly write and interact with you. It's all these silent people as well. And I was like, okay, I never saw this person, or I never interacted with that person, and they're coming like, bam, I need this. Yes, okay. So that was very and all kinds of different people with all kinds of different needs as well. Even though I entered this wanting to focus on companies, I got a lot of connections with companies, and also customers, companies as customers, but also researchers. They approached me. So it was not only, again, it's not either or, it's this and that and that and that.
Exactly.
So
very nice. Yeah, so let me recap that for everybody who might or let me put that into my words again, or repeat it, because I think it's so important. Not everybody who liked and commented and engaged and shared Dr. Daria's content turned, or was that person who then immediately bought. There were a lot of people that she had no clue about existed. They were silent followers who observed her, who had a look at her content, who read or listened or whatever, and one day out of the blue just wrote her a message, love what you do, take my money, I want to buy. So that is important to remember, because I know so many people who are obsessed with how many likes, how many comments, blah, 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 blah. There are, I would even guess or assume that the majority of people who have a look at at your content and everybody's content don't engage with it because of various reasons. And still, you never know that one piece of content might turn into a customer bomb or magnet, or however you want to call it. And a lot of this actually happens behind the scenes, which is literally in the inbox. So that's something worth putting out there once again. Okay, right?
Yeah, totally. I was very surprised. And also like all the kinds of, more personal messages that you get from posting in the things that I post. It's also crazy, or the encouragement apparently that happens. Like it's on all kinds of levels, not only, money, let's say, well, that's another lesson I had. Like money is energy. Okay. It's not, that's what you said. It's not only, the money or energy generating parts, but also this like, this really like, really nice connections with people on personal levels as well.
Yeah. And I also remember that there are people approaching you for something totally different that you are not offering at all. But there were a lot of individuals who approached you for advice, people who are on a similar path as you are, who say, gosh, I so want to be like you, or oh my goodness, you speak out of my soul. So a lot of people actually approach you for something that you are not offering yet. Maybe you're going to offer it in the future, who knows? But just through your sheer presence and tapping into your authentic self, you might have actually opened the opportunity for a product or service that you had zero on your radar, but the market is screaming for it. And who knows? You will experiment with it, and if it feels right, you might actually expand your portfolio and the way how you work to an area that if I have told you that maybe 9 months ago, you would say, Nat, I don't know what you have for breakfast, but a little bit less of that might be good for you. Correct?
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of like past Darias basically approached me like with the same issues, with the same problems, with the same worries and doubts and all these things. And they wanted to know, like, how did you do it? Sometimes I had like every week at least once or two of this, like, yeah, sure, we can have a chat. And I would tell them the same thing over and over, because I found myself in them again. And then I thought that was so cool that they would just approach me. And then, I'm thinking, well, how can I use this for them and for me to develop something else?
Absolutely. And it's also a beautiful mirror to see how far you've come, as a reminder how much you grew and how far you've come from your mindset and from storytelling skills and the structures that you have implemented now in your business, and the freedom and the creativity aspects of you that you've reintegrated into your everyday life and into your work, which I think is so important. But a lot of people don't talk about it, don't acknowledge it, or don't see it. For me, the holistic approach and basically bringing you back to your true essence, exploring that along the way. Well, of course, getting more visibility and having more money and clients, that's all nice. I mean, money, visibility, fantastic. That's why we do this. And everything that comes along the way. This is usually the inner transformation that I personally just love the most.
I think so. But you managed really well to get it out of the people. The only thing that you basically need to bring is you need to want to either do or change and modify and try. And then there is you that just like throws in a little bit here and there, and not only the theory and the knowledge and stuff like this, but all the other interpersonal things that you would never, for example, push too hard. When you see that somebody is maybe too resistant, it's a way of how you don't teach either. You don't. I wouldn't call it. You taught me how to do things in a way. You like a teacher does in school, you know, in this.
Yeah, first you have step number one, step number two.
You would get into the person's personality, you know, when I would tell you, okay, you know, I can't come because I'm doing this. Yeah, sure, fine, you will enjoy it. Like, come back later and then we talk about this. Or I could send you a message and you'd be like, just short. And I would be like, okay, done. I will. It's a very nice way of bringing the my personality out into you know, and not from the subconscious, unconscious into the conscious, and also dare to show it on a platform like LinkedIn. It's really great. It's a very nice skill you have to do that, people. Thanks. Yeah, it's great. Thanks. Not many people have it, and I've had several job coaches in my life already, and you were the first one that I actively, you know, picked myself. I want that person, and that was my intuition really did well, telling me like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and you were open enough to then follow or to surrender to the idea, as I said earlier, to experiment, to be curious enough to do things that were scary, yes, but we gave our best to create a safe space, you know, within the tribe with my team, and allow you to say, you know, this is the safe area. You know, if you want to jump here, if you want to jump here, if you want to jump here, we have safety nets or tools for all of that. You choose. If you don't want to jump at all, also fine. You know, you grow as much as you want, and for you, yeah, there is so much incredible curiosity, and you're interested in so many different aspects of this work. That's why I think, again, we resonated so much, and that's why we got these incredible results that are more than just the standard stuff, if I want to put it that way. Wonderful. Okay, let's also talk about the Think Natalia Tribe. Are there any kind of friendships or collaborations or interviews or anything that came out of the tribe? So what kind of value, if there was any value, did the tribe bring to your life?
I really enjoyed the question and answer sessions with other people, seeing like what issues they have, what struggles, what they also do, because I love to not only connect with people, you know, that are in my field. I like to see what others do and how they do it. So for me, it was extremely valuable to exchange on there, and also seeing what they post. I love it. I regularly read, and I think it's so cool to just read upon other people's experiences. I didn't have any collaborations coming up yet, but there are certain people that do similar things than me that I will definitely get in touch with and stay in contact with and talk about, like something maybe that could be valuable for you know, similar customer groups. What else is it? I mean, I got, when you mentioned interviews or such, I got several interviews and podcast invitations from other people, generally, not specifically from the tribe, but who knows, maybe in the future.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of it, because the tribe grows and grows and grows. And some people, you know, they write books together, they do interviews together. Some people, beautiful friendships come out of that. This is what this is beautiful. That, I mean, but this is also based on our selection process, right? So, I mean, we're pretty picky.
Yes, I just wanted to say it's a very similar mindset that most of the people have in the tribe, because well, first of all, you select for it, but then people they also want it, and they do their stuff to become you know, more than they are at a certain time point. So that's really cool to see, because it doesn't matter if somebody is from a completely different business than me. The struggles might be still very similar, and their approach to solving it might actually help me a lot as well to solving my struggles. So it's very great to have you know, to see similar minded people and go basically together, you know, next to each other in the same path. No matter what we do, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, in German we say geteiltes Leid is halbes Leid, right? So when you basically share the suffering, it's not so. There's also an English version of that, but I always butcher it. So it's all about, you don't need to suffer through this on your own. It's so much easier if you share the pain, and together you're going to go stronger. Nice. Alrighty. I think maybe one more question, and then we slowly come to an end. Mm-hmm. If you would have to say, what are you the most proud of? I mean, the biggest transformation or the biggest achievement, the biggest, if I would have to just mention this one aspect when looking back at the whole program, what would that one thing be?
You're really poking my prioritizing wound.
Okay, if you want to mention 3.
Yes, 5. Can I?
Okay. Yeah, you can. I'll give you 3. Yeah, because +2 bonus.
Because it would basically be, well, social media are actually awesome. If you know and learn how to use them properly, they are great. And saying that from a person that said, I want to outsource that shit. Sorry, I should maybe not say that. But okay. This is one.
It's allowed here.
And maybe the second one, well, couples to these videos are super important and really essential. But that's maybe more, this one. Then the other one is they started to change my money mindset a lot, because I always was very happy with my money mindset, because I never cared about money. I would see it more than like evil, but I noticed like, that's really bad. And when you just texted me, okay, Daria, just see it as energy. If you block it, it's not, you're blocking it. If you let it just flow and free, it's gonna, that was a freaking big, changing, what is a brain change?
Yes, it's a mindset shift that you went through. Yeah. It's developing a healthy money mindset is so important, because if you don't have it, then how on earth do you want to succeed as an entrepreneur?
Yes. And I was thinking like, okay, really 2.5, 3 years into your company, you start shifting it, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it. At least it happened. So that was another really big thing. And like overall, I think they all, like, maybe what now I'm thinking that they all fit kind of together. I would put it into, I don't want to put personal development, these kind of words, but it's
growth.
Yeah, growth and just becoming more myself than I have been before. But even though I was never, lying or hiding myself, but becoming secure also, like to the outside world, like whoever is sitting behind the screen, the online world. That was a big game changer. Game changer was the word. Game changer for me, like everything around growth, personal development, like getting rid of shits, mindsets that were not healthy. So this was like that was huge in this coaching program.
Beautiful.
I didn't think that. Well, no, that's true. You kind of you talk about this when you advertise working for you, but I was not so aware how much and how deep it would be and go. So it's not only about marketing and branding. That's how all the nice words that are used, but it's more than that.
With the right money mindset and with the right mindset around sales, I can see that these 2 aspects are regularly challenges of people who actually join our tribe. So people who believe they have a healthy relationship to money, but then when you closely listen to their words or how they move their body when they say certain things, you can see energy block, or the lame excuses or the fears or the procrastination around actually reaching out to people or following up with people or building relationships. Also that there are so many reasons why people don't want to do lead generation, or why they put it on a pedestal, or why they're afraid of it. And understanding the root cause of it, finding a healthy way that works for the individual, that is aligned with their values, with their style, with their way of preferring how to work, implementing a proper system that again works for them without turning it into what I would call funnel porn, or without making it super complex and sophisticated. It doesn't have to be. You like it, go for it. You don't want it, well, I can show you the human simple side, right? So this is the beauty of it. What do you want? You want it complicated? I give you the complicated stuff. You want it simple? Here's the simple stuff. You want something in the middle? There you go. And that is, that makes this whole work so much more fun.
Yes, it's a lot of people psychology and reading and understanding. It's a lot of like these other parts that all these soft skills and then like, yeah, it sounds so simple, just do what you like and what you feel like natural with. That's not what we're taught. We're taught like, oh, it needs to be a pain. You need
exactly to complicated. You need to suffer. It needs to be hard.
But it's the same for when you look at science. A lot of people, kids don't like science. Oh, it's so complicated, it's boring. And science is awesome, but that's not what we're taught. If we would be shown it differently or taught differently, then many more people would actually enjoy it. So it's not complicated, fancy words, but just simplicity.
Yeah. I'm fully with you. Alrighty. So, Daria, who should get back to you or could get back to you on, I assume, LinkedIn, which is one of your main platforms at the moment? What kind of people would you really appreciate in the sense that they come over and say hi and maybe reach out or connect with you?
And honestly, anybody. I don't really mind. I wouldn't like to have marriage proposals and stuff like this, but otherwise anybody that generally is interested in science, in communication, in what I do, my career path, even like whatever, how it was when I was doing my PhD, or how is it to start a company, or like people that want my services or some collaboration, I really don't mind, as long as it's like genuine, heartfelt, and just like being interested in me and what I provide. I'm open to anybody that feels to, there's some value in what I do and wants to connect with me. I'm not like super closed up to only scientists and only life science companies. No, if somebody has, something else, yeah, reach out.
Sounds good. And LinkedIn is the preferred platform?
Yeah, you can do that on LinkedIn. I do have a webpage as well, so you can also contact me there through my contact form. But I have my email also on my LinkedIn account. So there's on my other social media accounts are there as well. So it's like whatever you feel best with. If you enjoy to get in contact with people through Twitter or Instagram, yeah, then shoot me a message there. I don't mind.
Okay. Good. I think that's everything that I wanted to discuss with you today. I thank you once again so much for your time, for your availability, for your trust, for your curiosity, for your awesomeness, for your quirkiness. And I hope so much that our paths will cross in real life very, very soon. If you're ever here in the Middle East, in Dubai, or if I will be in the area of Sweden soon, then we have to catch up for a tea. Yes. That would be phenomenal.
For sure. Some Swedish fika or something, exactly.
Oh, hello. Yeah. I like it. Goody. Yeah. So for everybody who watched this today and says, yeah, I think I would also like to work on my LinkedIn presence. Natalia, how can I get back to you? The easiest way is to reach out to us via our page called coachingwithnatalia.com. You'll find a button there that says apply now. It's super intuitive. Click on it, fill out the stuff, book yourself into our calendar, and then we take it from there. So it's coachingwithnatalia.com. I thank you for your time today, and we talk very soon.